It's great having you. Bismarck will say, thank you. We have been going to the lecture series uh, tackling unemployment through entrepreneurship. And we have done lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And this is the eighth. After the eighth, there'll be two more, and that will be over. We have been talking about these things. This is lecture 8, tackling unemployment through entrepreneurship. And we are having the lecture series. Before we go into lecture 8, I want to remind you that Bismarck will say, I have a lot of ebooks on Amazon. Books like Building Your Competitors in the Credit Plan at $4. To be impossible to have this work without you, $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to $4. Leaders of Generation, I think, is $4. So there are books like Building Yourself as a Millionaire, $4. Enhancing Risk Taking Ability, $4. Enhancing Decision Making Ability, $4. Growing with a Cloud of Illuminaries and Connoisseurs, $4. Smarter than Level Competition, $4. So there are books like If You Can Dream It, You Can Do It. Gold medals are not made of God, they are made of determination. There are books like Preparing Your Child for Life Realities, Making 100 Friends with a Miracle. There are a lot of books. Go and get the books for you. Advertising on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I'm not getting sales. Help me drive the sales of this book. I'm counting on you guys for that support. Also, I have a lot of videos on YouTube. There are videos on Bismarck entrepreneurship lecture on entrepreneurship. And there are lessons like how to enhance your risk minimizing ability in entrepreneurial world, how to build yourself as a millionaire entrepreneur, or how to transform yourself into a nation through entrepreneurship. Also, there's also Bismarck motivation message. There's 16 motivation message. And this entrepreneurship lecture, they're 15, 15, 15, 15 minutes. They are 15, 15, 15, 15 minutes. You can leverage on it. Also, there's also uh, Bismarck will say a motivation message, like some of them are 15, 15, they are 15, 15 minutes. Some of them are I see billionaire in you. Also, I see detecting the direction of competition. There are a lot of them, 60 of them, 15 of them. Watch them, like them, send your comment. Also, have Bismarck will say economics lecture on economics for those who are writing WASI. For now, I have elasticity of demand, price elasticity of supply, and some portion of national income that's uploaded. We have 28 videos on all topics that covers senior high school from year 1 to year 3. Where when you get them, the price is very reasonable. Very the price I can say is reasonable. When you get them, you have all the lessons. You can stay in your house. Listen, you don't go for classes. You've done the teaching. You're giving the notes. You're giving the explanation, data response, examples, sub work. You just stay in the house. Listen to it. It's videos. Listen to it. You can go and write the WASI. That's all. You don't have any. I prepared the economics myself. I can attest to it that you are free, and the price is very reasonable. If you need it, send me a chat on Facebook or my Twitter handle or TikTok, or you can call me 027-510-5641 so that I can get one for you, and it will help you so much. Also, I have Bismarck still on YouTube. Have Bismarck will say your marriage will be a state of mind to where they are teachings on dating, courtship, and marriage. They're 15 minutes, they're 13 videos. Watch them, like them, send your comment. Also, have Bismarck will say um, River from the Temple sermon. There are sermons there. There are sermons like no political and human instinct can take the place of God in your life. If it's not live for God, it's not live for faith. The economy of God, my secret is Jesus. They are the greatest news of all time. God doesn't need any protocol to bless you. Prayers of geographical connects. There are a lot of stuffs over there going. There are sermons. Watch them, like them, send your comment, and subscribe. Also, let me thank you for your support. Very latest support I've been getting from you. I want to say that I've received comment from people that they are breaking to the images. I want to apologize. I'm using an external camera on shooting the video. I cannot do anything about it. I'm beseeching you that bear with me, but the sound is very clear. So let's go into lesson 8. And before we go to lesson 8, we want to talk about some couple of things from lesson 7. Lesson 7, let's get some things we spoke about. We said that we are talking about how do we deal with the issue of unemployment, the ways we can do. And so we are on the we talk about in lesson we talk about the 13th, 14th, and 15th point, and we said that the UN should force government to industrialize their country. So things they import, they have comparative advantage. They should eschew political interests and look at the strategic industry. They have to establish to create job. Most of the time, these politicians, they know that this thing they can produce it, but because they are the very people important, they don't want to take the political willingness. Therefore, UN should enforce them that countries where they have comparative advantage in something, they should reduce importation and produce them to create a job. Again, too, we said that governments should work towards increasing private investment to act as a propellant for job creation, ensuring a stable energy supply, industrial park, improve security policy to protect businesses from foreign competition, infrastructure development, stabilizing the economy, and peaceful election to help ensure that there's domestic private investment in the country. Also, the World Bank and IMF should ensure that government revenue collection in developing lower middle income countries are done by independent bodies. We see that in most developing and lower countries, the revenue collection, those who do it, the heads are more political affiliate. And what they do is that when they see that their political affiliate invalid, they evade taxes. Sometimes they don't go after them. But if it's independent, resource-oriented people that have been put in place, we are very sure that they can give a enormous amount of tax revenue. Again, we said that in the informal sector, in order to help them pay the tax, they need to ensure that a payment platform is being built that will help them, that anytime you're paying somebody, the informal sector, artisan or whatever, you pay it in the platform so that they can pay the right taxes, income tax to the government. So you're going to talk about points 16, 17, and 18. I told you that points are 25. So by the 10th video, we are done with the 25 point. It's point 16. The World Bank should expand the E project in a lot of developing and lower middle income countries, as done in the case of Ghana, to ignite people's entrepreneurial resourcefulness in the area of robotics and machine learning. The World Bank have embarked on, I think around 2018 to 2019, the World Bank was embarking, I don't know so far, I can't stick my neck out whether it's still in operation, the E project. And the E project, the essence was that they train people in the area of robotics and machine motion, and after they give them capital liquidity for them to start their business. I think the World Bank should expand it. Government should team up to help the World Bank to do more. I think it's a very good move by the World Bank. The E project in Ghana, called the E Ghana project, and the project is to train especially people are exuberant, youth exuberant, the area of robotics, machine motion. After that, after training you, they give you capital to start. But I don't know whether they are still doing it or it's over. The World Bank should expand that project. Government should team up with them. Ministry of Communication and Digitalization should team up with them to ensure that they expand these services so that they can train more people around the Africa and the global world. So that in the area of robotics, machine learning, base can give us the needed results and create the needed jobs where people ignite their resourcefulness, entrepreneurship in this sector. 17. Most developing and lower middle income countries. Most developing and lower middle income countries do not have national development bank. And what national development banks are, they are policy banks that provide wholesale financing to large domestic organizations for long-term investment. What am I saying is that in most countries they don't have what they call the National Development Bank. What in Ghana we have the Development Bank of Ghana. These banks, they are not commercial banks. You can go and deposit money. No, they are policy banks. What do they do? What they do is that they provide long-term financing to people who are business magnate of Mongo. Maybe I'm a businessman, I need $10 million, $50 million to invest for 8 years before I pay back. They're supposed to give these people that amount of money, because if you go to commercial bank, or maybe in Ghana commercial bank, or maybe Zenith Bank, say that you need about $50 million, and they should give you about 6 years to pay back. They will not do that. They want short-term loans so that they can get their profit back. So the government said that no, they have to set up a development bank where they will provide liquidity so that investors can leverage on it to borrow for long-term investment. Because investor always want to set up a factory or maybe production unit. It cannot be done within 1 year. It takes a lot of time before they get to the pinnacle, and therefore they will need long-term wholesale financing. So in Ghana we have the Development Bank of Ghana. In other countries, I think Japan Development Bank, another country they have them. I'm seeing that other countries do not have such development banks. The IMF and the World Bank should enforce them. That it should be established. That these countries are supposed to have this development bank. That will be a policy bank that will provide long-term wholesale financing assistance to large corporations to invest in the domestic economy, where we move towards the region of indigenization. And I think it's very key. If you want long-term investment, then this should be provided, because commercial banks are not prepared to provide long-term, 6 years, 5 years. No, they want 1 year. They take the money back, they make the profit, and they go away. So I've seen that more than about 30% or 40% of countries in the world doesn't have such development bank. I tell you, you have Japan Development Bank, the German Development Bank, you have the Development Bank of Ghana, Development Bank of Ghana in a couple of countries, but about 58 or 52% doesn't have this development bank, and it should be enforced. The World Bank, IMF, the UN should enforce that they should have development bank. And the idea is to ensure that so they should enforce this country to have this development bank to drive domestic business and entrepreneurship and job creation. So that while you work towards putting the economy in the hands of your citizens, they get access to funds they can invest for long-term, set up factories, invest, and expand the economy in that sense. The last point for this section 18, United Nations Office for Administration and Justice, which is also a UN agency for justice, should ensure member countries employ independent investigators to safeguard their public resources and move developing and lower middle income countries to reduce corruption. In most countries, what do we see? We see that corruption. What do we see? We see that corruption to channel. So why is it relevant? We need that in developing countries, it's estimated that they lose over close to about $1 trillion annually to corruption. In developing and lower middle income countries, they lose over more than $1.2 trillion every year due to corruption. Right? And for us, what we are saying is that the United Nations Office for Administration and Justice, which is an agency, the UN, so that they have independent bodies that investigate and manage these resources. They should not be political affiliates where they try to purport their parochial interest. This will help safeguard resources that can be channeled to expanding public sector and providing funds for entrepreneurship projects. I'm telling you, I read an article almost about 8 years ago. Somebody said that since independence, Nigeria have lost over more than $600 billion to corruption. $600 billion to corruption. Some of these monies would have been channeled towards expanding public sector, ensuring public sector efficiency, and also providing entrepreneurial funds to expand business. But these things have not been done. And so these bodies should enforce. The member countries are supposed to do that. And the whole idea is to safeguard their public resource towards expanding the economy, view of entrepreneurship and creating jobs. So the lesson 8, I'm done with lesson 8. I want to tell you, before I go, you have the last two more, 9 and 10, and that'll be over. That'll be over for this series. I want to remind you that I have a lot of books at Amazon. There are books like, and the gamma books like Building a Competitors and Credit Partner, $4. To be impossible without this world without $4. There's something inside the world is in the $4. This of Generation, I think it's $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to $4. So there are books like Building Yourself as a Millionaire, $4. Enhance your risk-taking ability, $4. Enhance your decision-making ability, $4. Going with a cloud of luminaries and connoisseurs, $4. Also, smarter the level of competition put together, $4. Also, the other books like If You Can Dream, You Can Do It. Gold medals are not made of God; they are made of determination. There are books like Preparing Your Children for Life Realities. If it's not only for faith, it's not only for God. Also, I have also a lot of videos on YouTube. They are based on entrepreneurship lecture on entrepreneurship. There are more than 20 on entrepreneurship. Some of the lectures are enhancing your risk minimizing ability in entrepreneurial world. Also, building yourself as a millionaire entrepreneur world, transforming yourself into a nation. Also, creating a new trend of business. They are 15 minutes. Watch them, like them, send your comment. Without base bank was saying motivation message. There are 60 of them. They are 15 minutes. Some of the motivation messages are building yourself as a millionaire. Detecting the direction of competition. Watch them, like them, send your comment, and subscribe to them. We also have Base Bank say economics lecture on economics. Right now, you have lectures that have been uploaded on my YouTube page, elasticity of demand, price elasticity, and also the general concept of national income. We have all the videos, all the lessons you need from year 1 to year 3 SHS to write the WASI. We have done all. It's available for you if you need it at the price very reasonable. I've just uploaded only 3 on my page, but if you need them, we have all of them. If you contact me through my Facebook, you can send me a chat or Twitter or TikTok, or you can take my number and call me 027 510 5641, where it will help you to get these things. You have done the teaching, the notes, calculation, data response, everything. So if you get them, you can just sit in your house, listen to it, and you're through. Also, we have this because say your marriage will be a state of mind where there are teachings on dating and courtship and marriage. There are 13 videos. Bismarck say nothing can stop you motivate. But Bismarck say your marriage will be a state of mind to war. There are teachings on dating and course of marriage. There are 13 videos. Watch them, like them, subscribe to them. Also, I have Bismarck say river from the temple sermon. Bismarck say river from the temple sermon. There are sermons like prayer have geographical connection. Prayer and miracles are not sought for hard work. Economy of God, my secret is Jesus. God doesn't need any protocol to bless you. The massive walls of fire, the greatest news of all time. There are about 15 videos. Go and watch them, like them, send a comment, and subscribe to them. Thank you so much. We will come again with lesson 9 and 10, where we look at the concluding part and know that we have done justice to dealing with unemployment. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye.